Hi guys, and welcome back here to the Dev Realm, and today we're going to be carrying on our Helldiver series. And if you guys remember what we did in the last episode is that we set up this ability to open and close the widget, and now we just are about to do the logic to make so we can the sequences that we're pressing are right or wrong. Right, so carry on with the series. We have implemented here the things to set up if it's correct or not, and they also set up the widget. That it's great. So now let's do the logic from when the player actually start to press the keys and see what happened. Right, so to do this, what we need to do here is that we're going to create a new event, custom event. We're going to call API handle player spawn key inputs. A very long name, but that describes what we're looking for, what we're trying to achieve. Now we only want this to be triggered if the widget is visible, so it's going to create a branch if the widget is visible. And one thing that we would like to do here is that we need to create another variable called the key combination let me just double check. How do we call that? We call the key combination sequence. There we go. Sequence. There we go. It's going to be an integer, and that is going to be resetted to 0 every time the widget closes, because we do not care about keeping that. We only want that to be set as we press the key. And if the widget is open, then we're gonna set that to basically +1. Nice. And now that we have the information, we need to know what key is the player pressing. If you guys remember, we have a enum, the key option, right? And the option that we have is called the key type, E key, right? And we're just gonna search for E key, and that basically is gonna be, if I do a switch case, for example, you have up, down, right, and left. That's fine. And for now, let's see what's gonna happen. So if I print this, I want to make sure that I see the counter, and also I want to make sure that to string, I want to make sure what's the key that I'm pressing is the right one. Now if I go back to the hero, we can call the method here. So let's start with the key down. So API handle, what key would you like to press? I think it's started, yeah. So let me double check what happened if I press the key down. If I want to do the trigger, or I don't know, let's see. Yeah, I don't want that to happen, you see, because it's going to 78. I want that to happen only, I think, only when you started. Yeah, you don't want the ongoing. Let's see what happened. So there you go. See, so it's only triggers if I keep holding, that doesn't matter. Right, that's all you need for that, and that's actually the right clear, which is fantastic. Nice. So to do the next one here, we just gonna copy, we're gonna paste it, we're gonna go to started, and we're gonna put into the left. We're gonna copy that. Oh my gosh, I messed up my design. Let me just put it here again. Not great. So the next one is the right key, and that's cool. I think that's the part where most of the people are waiting for. Like, I know it gets to a point to get to this, because you have to build all the ground up and all the features, and you have to build the UI, so much stuff you have to build before you can get to the actually feature we want to build. But I'm very happy that we got to this point. I hope you guys are enjoying as well. Nice. So now I have to put a key up. So we go right, left. Actually, let's see if that's working. So if I press play, so if you're gonna go, let's say down, down, left, right, left, left, right, up. There you go. That's really working, and we have our combinations there. That's probably something how Helldivers would do. Right. Now let's see. Let's try to refresh those icons, right? Let's try to create a method now to do that for us, right? That's gonna be exciting, guys. This is really cool. This is really cool. So let's calm down a little bit, and let's do it. How would you do this? Right. So first thing we can do here is that we need to find a way to tell the widgets to, hey, I'm pressing a key, do something. Right. So we have this method that loads everything up, and remember, we store all the spawn items. So what we could do here is that we can create here a custom event, and I'm gonna call this API handle key press. Right, that's all we're gonna do. Now, what we could do is that we get the available spawn items, and we do a for each loop. Right, we do a for each loop, which is what, because we have all the items there, and we're gonna basically get the item here, which is the spawn parent, blah blah blah. Right, so let's do by order. Right, so the spawn item here also creates the widget combinations, right, where we it try to handles the key. So what we're doing here is that we're gonna go back to the event graph, and all we could do in the spawn parent, or we could do it in the Helldiver thing, but let's just do in sequence, because otherwise it gets very messy, and the only thing we don't want here is messy components. So we're going to create here a custom event, and I'm going to call API handle key press, right? And this is going to be a fun one, because this is going to be a fun key press. If you guys remember, for every guy that we loop, we assign the sequence. And so what we could do here is that we could get this variable, the widget key combinations. We can paste it in there. Oh, I see, I did a mistake. Okay, I promoted as a local variable. Can I promote that to, okay, that it's a mistake, guys, sorry. So this widget here should be promoted as sorry, not as a local variable, but it should be promoted as a variable. So I'm gonna create here as a variable. I really apologize for that. Make sure it's public, and I'm just gonna change that type again to variables, to our array, and we're gonna, sorry, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna add it right there, compile and save. There you go. So that should be enough. That should be all we need to do. All right, so let's just get the length of this, let's just get the length, and let's just print this stuff. Before we do, I just want to make sure this is working, because now every time I do this small changes in Unreal, it's very hard and tricky to get stuff working properly. Right, let's just make sure that's testing. We should be having a bunch of numbers. Oh yeah, that's not working because I forgot to call the function here to handle that for us, because the widget is the one that's doing this, right? We need to plug it that. Nice. Now if I do that, oh yeah, so it started from the bottom, which is basically what we're looking for. Yeah, as you can see, that's working great. Right, so now let's go back here. So we need to know the key combination and the key that you pressed. So we're gonna create two new variables for two new inputs. First one is gonna be the key number, sorry, key, how do we call that again? I always get confused with that name. Key sequence. I don't know why. key sequence and the key, right? What key do you press? E key. And the type is gonna be integer because it's just it goes from as an integer value. Great. Now what we gotta do here, we just plug the sequence and we plug what's the option or the key, right, that we selected. All right, so we done this and we go back there. We have to do the same because we need to know what keys did you press. So you're gonna be the key sequence and it's gonna be the key. And for this case, I like to keep all the variables the same because there's no really change. It's just that we get in the information just to a component. Yeah. So e dash key. This is a enum. I forgot. E dash key. Key. Nice, 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 nice. Great. Right, so we do that stuff. Perfect, perfect. Right. Now we need to basically find a way to, you know, loop all that data and do the things that we're looking for. So we're just gonna do a for each loop. And keep in mind that this, it's already the, you know, the sequence that we're looking for. And for the key action, I am gonna create a event, a new, this is just gonna be, you know, handle the UI changes, just to make sure that, you know, to tell the player, oh, you did a good job, oh, you missed the key, whatever. And now we're gonna create here a custom event, and this custom event is gonna be called API handle key press. I know it's the same name, but it's gonna be cool. Right, so we're gonna create here a branch, and we only gonna you know, continue if the keys are equal, right? So sorry, if the sequence is the same. And because we remember we have the sequence, right? So sequence, and we're gonna go and say, oh, is that sequence match? And the thing's gonna go like, no, so it doesn't do anything. But if it does match, right, what we can do here is that if the valid combination key equals this key that's coming from here, right, the key option. Now we can create a branch, and actually we can create a branch. That's fine. That's fine. Now, if that match, all you gotta do is that if it's true, that we just call API correct, and if it's false, you call the API not correct, which is a very, it's not correct, but whatever. And now we have this stuff done. The next thing that we're gonna do is that we have the valid combination or not. Remember that we have that status. So that's being set up here for us. So we can use that to basically loop and do all sorts of stuff, right? So, well, let's see if it works. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna work first trial, but let's see. Down. Oh, okay. It's not working. It's not working because we forgot to pass the key. We forgot to pass actually the key sequence in that. So yeah, that probably wouldn't worked anyway. Let's just have a look. Okay, we forgot to do a bunch of stuff actually. Let's just call the API handle so API handle key press. Yeah, we just need to wire the event now with this. So we can put it here, you can put a sequence, and you can put a key there. And actually that's so that's e key num. Okay, sorry, that is e key e key enum switch. E key enum. And that's E key enum. There we go. That was the wrong sequence. I think I may need to refresh this. Refresh nodes. Right, so so we got okay. I was using the wrong, sorry. Action type equals this here. Then you can put it there, right? There we go. Better. Yeah. We are just basically we're using the wrong event. That's all. And now I can plug this stuff together. So let's just review this a little bit. So player, let me save all this stuff just in case my Unreal Engine crashes and I lose everything. Right, so player press, let's say this key, goes back to this event. This event increments the key. So if it's 0, it started from 0, it goes to 1. Handle the key press on the main widget. Main widget goes here. There's a for each loop for each event and basically say, please handle this for me right now. This will get handled by each individual spawn item. And that will basically loop for the combination keys. And we'll say, hey, please handle this for me right now. And that will do that for us. And if that will basically tells us if it's correct or not. Now let's press, let's complete. Let's see if that's working. So if I go down, oh, down, you see? Look at that. That's cool, man. That's really cool. This is really, really cool. Like, of course, you guys can create animations and stuff. For example, I'm just gonna show you guys a trick here. Like, for example, if you wanna bring more, life to this, here when it's not correct, you could just do a little animation. You can go to the animations tab and mess around with this. I'm not gonna do it for this video because animations, they get very tricky. But I think, guys, that we got something quite cool. Like, this is working already. You see, that one is successful, which means that has been, it's fine, it's working, everything's great. Now the next thing that we have to do here, and also reset it as you succeed or not, they just reset, which is great. Now the next thing that we need to do for this this key stuff is that of course we have to identify which one is the right key that you press. So if I do the ammo box really quickly, and then basically it's just spawn in front of the player and close the window, or if he did everything unsuccessfully, just he hides the box or give you a message somehow. So that's what we're going to do for the next one. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I see you guys in the next tutorial.